Hey everyone, it's Allie. Welcome back to my channel. I'm super excited to show you a new waterproof anklet project. These are totally customizable, adjustable, and resilient to the elements as you hit the pool or the beach. You can add charms, beads, and use different assortments of colors in these cool surfer-style anklets. Please remember to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for more jewelry tutorials. You can also follow me on Instagram at @knackforknots and support my Etsy shop called Allie's Knack for Knots, which I will have linked in the description below. So without further ado, let's get into the tutorial. In order to make this anklet, you will need a ruler, scissors, charms of your choice, and wax polyester cord. You will also need a lighter and a candle. I've linked all the supplies in the description below. To begin, I am first cutting 9 strands, each 9 inches long. I decided to cut 3 in the dark green blue color, 3 in the seafoam green, and 3 white strands to make the main part of my anklet. Next, I am cutting 2 strands to form the closure ties on either side of the anklet. Each of these measured to 10 inches long. Finally, I am cutting 1 4-inch strand. Now we have 9 strands for the main part of the anklet, each 9 inches long, 2 10-inch strands for the closure ties, and 1 4-inch strand for our adjustable closure. First, taking one of the 10-inch strands, I am tying a very loose knot in the middle of the strand. Be sure not to tighten this knot just yet, leaving the knot loose. I am then taking all 9 strands for the main part of the anklet, ensuring all ends are at least roughly lined up. I am then passing the collection of strands through the loose overhand knot we have made in the 10-inch strand. Finally, you can tighten that overhand knot as tight as you can around the collection of ends. To ensure this is secure, I am going to tie 1 additional square knot. To do this, I am bringing the tail on the right-hand side over the main collection of strands. Next, I am passing the left tail of the tie over the opposite tail, underneath the collection of strands, and up and through the loop we formed on the opposite side. You can then pull each of the tails tight to secure the knot around the 9 strings composing the main part of the anklet. This is essentially the first step in a square knot, which we will be using further in this project. We will do the exact same thing on the other side. Take the last 10-inch strand and create the loose overhand knot in the center of the strand. Next, I am tying the start of a square knot once again. Taking the tail on the right hand side, I am crossing it over the main strands of the anklet. Next, I am taking the left strand, crossing it over the strand coming from the right hand side, passing it up under the main strands and up and through the loop on the right hand side. I am then pulling this knot tight around the main strands. Now that both ends of the main part of our anklet have been secured, this is the time to add any charms to the closure ties if you so choose. I chose this cute seashell charm for this anklet. I thread this charm onto one of the strands composing the closure ties. In the next steps, we will have to do our best to keep this charm out of the way. You can tape it to the main part of the anklet temporarily, or just hold it out of the way as I will demonstrate. To complete the side of the anklet, we want to twist these loose tails together. In order to do this, I am first twisting the first tail in the same direction as the pre-existing twist that exists in the cord. Make sure not to let go of the strand or it will twist upon itself, which we do not want. Holding this twisted strand aside, I am doing the same to the other tail on this side of the anklet, ensuring the twists are nice and tight. Lastly, I'm matching the ends of these extra twisted ends and allowing the strands to twist together in the opposite direction. You can twist the anklet around as well to make sure that the twist is tight and uniform. Finally, I'm tying a simple overhand knot to secure the ends of the twisted strands together. I'm tying the overhand knot at approximately 3.25 inches. This completes one side of our closure ties. We repeat the exact same process on the other side of the anklet to form the opposite closure tie. I'm again taking each strand individually and twisting the respective strands in the same direction as the twist already existing in the cord. Once each strand has been twisted independently, I am joining the ends together and allowing the cord to twist together, gently twisting the joined cords to ensure the strands are uniformly twisted. Again, I am tying a simple overhand knot at approximately 3.25 inches. Next, I will use the short 4-inch strand to create the adjustable closure. First, we need to make sure that our twisted closure ties are adjacent to one another, but running in opposite directions. Holding these closure ties together, either with your hands or on a clipboard or using tape, I am first tying a simple knot around the ties with the 4-inch strand. Make sure that you are tying the knot right in the middle of this short strand, otherwise you may run into problems in subsequent steps. Once I have tied this simple knot around the closure ties, we are going to start tying square knots. Starting again with the tail on the right hand side, I am crossing this over the closure ties. Next, I am taking the tail on the left hand side, passing that over the tail from the opposite side, passing it underneath the closure ties and up and through the loop on the right hand side. I am then pulling these ends tight to secure the knot. To complete the square knot, first I am bringing the strand over the right hand side. Taking the tail on the right hand side, I am bringing this over the tail we just passed over, underneath the closure ties and up and through the loop on the left hand side. I am pulling the tails on either side tight once again to secure the knot around the closure ties. I repeated this step on the opposite side once more, starting on the left hand side and alternating to complete 3 to 4 individual knots. Once you have completed this, give the closure a gentle tug to ensure it can move across the closure ties. This is important because this is how you will essentially open and close the anklet to make it larger and smaller. This adjustable closure allows you to fit the anklet around your foot to secure it on your ankle. Before sealing the ends, I am cutting any excess cord. I recommend leaving at least 2 to 5 millimeters of excess cord so we can seal the ends nicely. Leaving any more than this will heighten the chances of us burning the ends too much, resulting in charcoaled ends, which we do not want. The final step requires the candle and lighter. Please ask for parental assistance with this step. Otherwise, you can try using fabric or jewelry glue, or even clear nail polish to seal the ends. However, melting down the ends is the best way to increase the lifespan of your anklet. To seal the ends, I am holding the ends up to the flame but not allowing the string to touch the flames. We simply want the string in close enough proximity to the flame to melt it, which fuses the strings together. I am melting down the loose ends for the adjustable closure, the ends of the twisted closure ties, and the ends of the main part of the anklet where we tied the knots around the 9 strands. When melting the strands, also be careful not to allow the other parts of the anklet to get too close to the flame, as they will melt and become extremely susceptible to breaking. When you are done, put out the flame and allow the anklet to cool down for a minute before ensuring the adjustable closure is working smoothly once more. Then the anklet is ready to wear. You can expand the anklet to the maximal extent, put your foot through the anklet, and use the closure ties to tighten it around your ankle. This anklet should fit most adults and young adults. You can adjust the measurements as you see fit as well. I personally love wearing these anklets because they are simple and don't stay wet around your ankle after going in the water. I really hope this tutorial was helpful. If you make this anklet, please tag me on Instagram @KnackForKnots or use the hashtag #KnackForKnots. I'd love to see your creations. If there are any tutorials you'd like to see next, please comment down below. I can't wait to see you guys next time for a new tutorial. Bye!